Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? It feels so good to know that there's storytelling out there that when I see it, I just can't help but be blown away by it. Um, I honestly was not expecting to be feeling any type of way this week's episode, but here we are, and the show must go on. This week, I truly got to see just what is possible of the writing of Kabaneri, and man, it was so powerful that I honestly didn't know that when I saw what I was getting myself into, how much these characters have grown on me over the time, and how much my actual expectations of them making it out the whole time is so high. Um, but there's been time and time again where I've lost characters that I've actually truly enjoyed to watch. So I don't know why it came to me as a surprise that this is happening, that this is actually, like popping off because I've seen really good characters get taken out within like the couple of seconds they're introduced. So it shouldn't have been anything like too out there for me. And to think that I was seeing it and still can't believe it really hit me in the volumes. Just like I honestly never wanted something to happen in there, and it just winds up happening. So you just kind of have to deal with it, take it in strides, and see how you feel afterwards. And yeah, your boy was definitely feeling it. I mean, Guy being one of the most like cocky and want to be elegant people of all times. Not to mention soft. He definitely is one of the reasons why this show is still continuing and that the main girl Eleanor is as dope as she is. Like he's a lot of those reasons. So it was hard for me to just be like, oh yeah, guy's just a whatever character. Like, oh, if he goes, it's he's nothing. Like it was never, I never had a feeling like that towards his character. So it was interesting to see what they had planned for him throughout this and how they played it all out. Because man, I was not expecting it at all. I mean, after I got the initial hint that it was about to be possible, I was like, all right, this is all bad. Like he's already showing the blue on his stomach. He's already trying to attack one of our friends in the place because of his choices he's making. He's like making very profound choices to make the move. He's not like, okay, I'm not gonna fight you, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from. He's like, nah, if you're gonna go against something that's one of my own codes, which is protecting Eleanor, then I have to kill you. That's what I do. That's my code. And that's what's really powerful about Guy as well is sure he was more about the women. I mean, it's not like he doesn't go out of his way to save men as well, but just because he has a way about liking women and being elegant, as he would say, and doesn't like to use unelegant words, it was just clear to me that it's one of these cases where if this guy didn't go, the show I guess wouldn't feel as powerful or something, and maybe the author's mind, maybe he just wanted something to, give that ending to because he might not plan to give it to the future characters that are still around. So I don't know if that's the case, or I didn't mean to do that. There you go. He didn't die. If that's the case, or if it's just that he he just had to do this. Like it makes sense that Guy would, start to have the same like he wrote. I actually don't know what it's called. It's like I'll just call it crystallizing, like where they turn into crystals and shatter. So or glass, whatever you want to call it. It's just It's just he had been through the ringer. I think he's probably taken on as much damage, if not more damage, than Faceless. Okay, um, and to be going through all that and not really be, overall too damaged didn't make too much sense. But it started to make sense once we saw that the places where he was changing in, they were very like invisible. Like you couldn't see the spots where they were at, because they were like they were at his shoulder, or not shoulder, like right between the elbow and stuff. So there was stuff that he always had covered up no matter where he was because of the way he dressed. So that was another clever way of just him playing along. I mean, if you wouldn't have known, or if you didn't know, Eleanor and like a lot of the people who are on the train, they don't even know he's injured. They just think he's literally at full strength and is gonna fight whoever he can. I mean, sure he's walking around with a walker because of the last fight, but that's what I'm talking about. Is he's been still shown to probably be one of the top like people to do anything in here. So that's just where it's all starting from. That gets a combo after dirty. Um and I don't know. I really just enjoyed his character. I enjoyed his arc of learning who he was, why he fights, what he would do to somebody if they go against what he stands for. Like all of these things made him such an awesome character to watch. So watching him tried to give some words of wisdom and tried to tell his freaking butthead of a person he saved that doesn't act like he's been saved by him. He seems more like he's the other way around because they both save each other so much. They really don't get along that well, but at the same time he still accepted him, Nagami, and wanted Eleanor to be with him. So it's this really, really powerful ending of what he has left behind. Is as he calls it, the stage that he's left behind. He's left this battle in front of them that sure he fought a battle, but it's nothing compared to the battle they're about to go out and try to deal with. I mean, we're on episode 30 and there's 36, so clearly we're probably going to run into those some group of whatchamacallits, animatronics, and they're probably going to try to get their grummy hands on the squad. So that's kind of the overall gist of just how this show breaks down. All these episodes. There's so many episodes, and you would think that they would just be done, and be like, there you go. Now we're done. We're out of here. But no, they're just feeding us and feeding us and feeding us all this content that, unlike some of the shows that I've watched recently, it felt like this was a brilliant paced out episode. It got the information that I needed. They left the place. They left one person to protect them. He does as much as he can in the most dopest way he can. Gets saved and almost has a breath of fresh air again, a second win where he could even have lived if he went along with this kid, but not truly, because what do we know about the crystallization is it seems like the only real way to get out of that is going through what Nagami went through and getting like a full on surgery done to you on the spot and replacing your limbs that are getting crystallized with other like prosthetic limbs at that point, because they really were just giving them parts of the puppets that they fought with on a daily basis. So it was getting pretty, it got pretty dark there, and overall I believe we're going to probably be seeing quite a bit of sad more moments, man. Seeing Guy tell the kid just to go and catch up with everybody who's fighting on the stage, and he's before that even started, he made it clear that he was a one-man show. He was a one-man outing, that he really wanted to be able to save as much people as long as he can, instead of just being there right next to everybody on the battlefield where they haven't even been able to get to yet. You know, if he stayed with them, there would have been no battlefield. They would have caught up to him and they would have started beating up on the shuttle, and that would have been a wrap if they couldn't stop over like 3,000 people, which he brings them into this tunnel that the train or that like the shuttle was going in the first place, and it was absolutely genius because now they can't get past. So pretty intelligent move on his part, and not only that, we get to see just how he would go out if his life was already draining out of him. So I really miss this guy already. The next episode hasn't even started, and I already missed the guy. He was definitely one of the more standout characters out of the crew, and had the funnier lines to say because he's always trying to be around women, and if he's not, he's the most savage person ever, where he can just say the some dirty things and make you feel bad about yourself seemingly, but if not, he's just over there, making a girl feel really good about herself in the sense of she can actually smile and flirt and stuff like that. So he was a really fun character to watch, and I hope you guys definitely give the show a chance if you have not. I definitely wanted to be a lot more enthusiastic about this episode, but seeing characters that I believe was going to have a good chance of making it just fall is hard for your boy. So uh, I'm gonna try to get it back together, but yeah. I truly appreciated all this, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. When you're watching this, I am your boy, the Anime G, and I just want to say bon voyage and have a nice journey, because that's much more elegant than what I just said. Later, everybody.